Hey guys, don't forget that this weekend we are doing a live knife auction where everything starts at $1. Yes, $1. No matter how expensive the knife is, it's going to start at $1. So you're not going to want to miss this auction. It'll be on Whatnot on Saturday, 8 p.m. Central Time. So on the 29th, Saturday, 8 p.m. Central Time on Whatnot. I'll have everything linked down in the description. There'll be $15 off for first-time buyers. We possibly will have $20 buy it now options and some giveaways. So don't miss this weekend's live Whatnot auction where everything starts at $1 that will be in the auction. Bang! Needs Knives, I'm Jared, and today we have a couple new budget knives to check out. This is the new CIVIVI SIXGILL. What a name, the SIXGILL. Very interesting knife. I do like the way this thing is shaped and molded. We have a trailing sheep's foot blade with a large amount of belly. It's belly for days, Stasa 23 would say. And, you know, that helps you cut down on flat surface, skinning, and things like that. But also, it can help you, if the handle is shaped correctly, like this one is, to cant the blade forward and trap yourself into slicing cuts. We have a Nitro V blade, flat ground with a black stone washed finish. Then we have green micarta scales. You know there's going to be other color combos and, you know, stuff like that, non-coated and coated. Deep carry clip that is reversible, not inset, but it does have flat screws, and it has lots of milling on the inside with the coated steel, stainless steel liners. Then we have thumb stud action, which lands, the thumb studs land in a really good spot. They're very easy to actuate. They, especially for like my reverse flick, like my finger just naturally lands right on this shelf right there, and it's super easy. Same thing for my thumb, I guess. It's just my thumb kind of just naturally lands there anyways. So placed in a really good spot. It is a crossbar lock though, which CIVIVI's recently started doing. Very solid though. You know, they seem like they really perfect the lock before they start pushing it out there. I will say that the detents on theirs could be a little crispier, right? And when I said perfect, I meant lock geometry wise. I meant like as far as rock solid. This thing is a bank vault. And a lot of crossbar locks are not. And not that it makes it weaker or anything, but it is really nice when they are rock solid. The one thing is I wish the detent was just a little crispier. It's decent. Like, this is not a bad deployment whatsoever. It's still in the good category, but it could be great if it was just a tiny bit crispier. The ergos, you know, it does narrow down right here, but you know, as long as I'm choked up tight to this, it's very comfortable. If I choke back, yes, I feel the clip quite a bit. But if I'm right here, man, right in that spot where I'm going to be, it's very comfortable. And I can choke up, you know, really tight to that edge if I need to. Pinch grips are going to be really good. The crossbar lock does have nice texturing on it. It is very smooth on the drop. And it is a cool piece. Gavco design. Gavco, so I'm guessing SIXGILL is a shark or some sort of shark, which is pretty damn cool. But beautiful plunge grind, sharpening choil, I guess you could say, because the plunge grind ends like right there, so you have tons of life. And it gives you room for the finger for like precision work and stuff. All in all, really cool knife. The only nitpicks and negatives I could have is one, I wish the detent was just a little bit crispier for a crossbar lock. It's good, but it could be a little crispier. Next thing is that the clip could be inset. I know they'd have to cut out a little space right there, but you could always put a little cover piece right there or just leave it. Now the next one is by SENCUT. Now normally I separate these two companies from videos, you know, because they are two different companies, but I only have one model from each, so figure we just show them both in one video. They are very different from one another. So this is the AWASSI, and it's using the Quaborcha wood handle. We have a beautiful Wharncliffe deep hollow ground blade. Look at that. Very thin, deep hollow ground Wharncliffe blade. Love a nice Wharncliffe. They're some of my favorite blade shapes. And this one is, you know, exactly what you'd expect from SENCUT. SENCUT, CIVIVI, they just doing a phenomenal job with their geometry, with, you know, the grinding. Like, this is something where they don't, It's not like, they have, the finishing work might be a little bit different because, obviously there's more expensive finishing work. But as far as the grinding and the consistency from one side to the other and the geometry and everything, they don't like give you less when you have a budget knife. Like they give you the same type of grind. The perfection in their machining is incredible. Now we have a liner lock with a deep carry clip, is reversible. It is not inset, but it does have flat screws, perfectly centered. You can see this is like a kind of a shadow boxed liner. Flipper tab, very comfortable, great detent, very smooth on the drop. I have not even oiled this yet. Maybe I should, just to do it. Screw it, let's do it. I'm just putting a little bit of KPL heavy. You can find this down in the bottom of the description. Oh yeah, look at that. See, it's already. And I didn't even put any on the bearings. I only put it on the detent ball. Very ergonomic. Oh yeah, let's get to the thumb studs really quick. The thumb studs. Thumb studs and flipper tab are equally as good. I would say that this being a multi-deployment knife, you're not sacrificing one for the other. So the flipper tab is not better than the thumb studs, and the thumb studs are not better than the flipper tab. They're both equally as good. They're placed in an extremely good spot. They have a nice chamfer around the edge of that wood, making it very easy to get contact with the thumb studs, and then it has nice texturing, so it basically grips you back, which is really, really nice. Access to the lock bar, they did cut it back and they did give you some texturing. I typically am not a fan of this texturing for the lock bar. Not that I don't like texturing, because I do. I find that these can be a little smooth, a little slick. I wish there was just a little bit of sharpness to them, but it's good. It's really good. It's not a negative by any means, just a preference. Yeah, super snappy. And then also you can tell ceramic cage bearings. It is a drop shut knife. Then the ergonomics is a very neutral handle. Obviously, you can see that it kind of cants down a little bit. Feels really good in the hand. This is something I feel like I have a ton of control over, that I can use all day. I have a spot right there. It's not a full finger choil, but I can choke up if I need to without a problem. Precision is going to be amazing with this. Utility cuts, opening things up, getting into seams. This is going to be a perfect knife. And then with a straight edge, you have the same leverage all the way out to the tip. So you're going to be able to cut with the same power all the way out to the tip, and it's not going to slip out of the cuts. And especially if you cant your wrist a little bit like this, you can trap it. Yeah, this is going to be a banger for using. This is definitely a premium user, and I don't mean premium knife, I mean premium as far as use goes. This is going to be a knife that people will enjoy using. This is 9CR 18 MOV. You can think of it as like a souped up 440C, nice and stainless, good edge retention, like I said, good corrosion resistance, plenty of toughness. Just a solid choice for a budget knife. And if you're trying to get into this price tag for budget knives, then this is a great place to go right here, because you're getting the good grinds, the good geometry, the great ergos, good action, great everything. Definitely a premium budget knife for sure. And that goes for all of the SENCUTs and CIVIVIs. I know we see a lot of budget knives, but just because they're able to do it well, it's the little details that a lot of the budget companies miss, that that like SENCUT, CIVIVI, and maybe a couple others knock out of the park. It's the little tiny details that you see and find. As far as negatives go, my biggest negative is the plunge grind. It does stop right there, right by the edge. I wish the edge didn't start till right there. Maybe put a full finger choil, or just pull back the end of the plunge grind. Make the plunge grind start here and end here. Just so you have more life to sharpen off. Especially this being a coated blade, I will get a couple sharpenings out of it, but not much before I do it the plunge grind, and it might be much quicker because it is so close to right here. Other than that, the clip could be inset. I don't want to complain about that too much because it is so affordable, and they're already giving you T8s all the way around, and ceramic caged bearings and phenomenal geometry and good steels with good heat treatments too. By the way, that's another thing I want to preface. They do a good job with their steels. Budget steels, man, they're doing some of the best. I mean, I believe they have the best edge retention I've tested with their with Nitro V and their 14C. So, but anyways, there you guys go. Work hard, stay tough. Until next time, peace.